Red 2 standing by, all for lit, and in the green. Welcome back to Super Mario 64 DS, and we are getting towards the very end of the game. So, there's a little trick to getting what you want in Tick-Tock Clock. Watch the minute hand and see where it's going before you run into the clock. If it's in that area at the top of the clock, at 12 o'clock, then you will be able to have the clock completely stopped, which you need for certain stars. But that's only a very small area, like about 30 degrees, essentially halfway between 11 and 12 and halfway between 12 and 1. Then there's a larger wedge, which has slow on the right-hand side. If you go towards the bottom, it moves a lot more erratically, and if it's on the left-hand side, it'll go much faster.
Let's go!
Rightio, so we've got everything stopped as I wanted, because we can actually get all our red coins by stopping the clock. Now, there's a bob-ombs do fall down from above, but they don't give me any coins. So, interesting to note that much more ground has been added for going through this area, so that you don't fall off quite as much, which is pretty nice. Anyway, we have to grab all our red coins first off, but note that I'm not getting the red coin star just yet. What I will be doing is going for the 100 coins, and we'll get a good idea of the level layout. Also, it's worth noting that the red coin star actually appeared much higher above the ground in the original. For some reason, it would appear really high up. Is there something down there? No. So, moving around into the area with the clock stopped was a bit of an issue in the first off in the game. Now, there was a coin block there originally, because the problem was you couldn't actually access some of the highest points of the clock you needed for the 100 coin star. But we've got Luigi. Luigi, as we know, breaks the game wide open, so we can just do what we want. Of course, you will need the clock moving for certain stars, so do keep that in mind. So quite a bit has changed, but most of it remains the same. Now, did we need... somewhere we need the power flower so that we can actually get into that cage. That's a good example of something that's changed, because it is specifically relying on Luigi. There should be blue coins here too. But note that this area uses the athletic theme for some reason. And watch out for that heave-ho, because it doesn't do anything for our cause. It's just there to be a complete and utter nuisance. Grab the coins. Okay, now I need to arrange the camera just so. $89 coins, very nice. A coin fell to its doom. Oh well. Not worth chasing that one, I guess. The movement's still giving me a bit of grief. So, there's a switch star in here as well, and I don't remember where the power flower is. Probably up here somewhere? Whoa, that was an interesting feat of movement. Is it around here? Yes, there it is. So we'll be able to get to Luigi in the cage that way. Now we have to go up this way. Might be some more coins over here. Let me have a look. Oh, we need Wario for that. So the black brick block has been added so that we can wind up, well, basically for time jumps on moving bars. Ow. That was painful. So yeah, some things did sort of forcibly add Wario. That's the big criticism about using Wario. He just doesn't have a lot to do that isn't sort of really shoehorned in. Which is kind of sad. Alright, so it's really not keen on letting me take shortcuts. Which is a little sad. Maybe if I go up this way, because I'm certain there are coins in here. 3 coins, not as many as I thought. Oh well. Now there's... Now, normally this would be hard to get past. But we have Luigi. And there we go. That's the 100 coin star already. Luigi makes this absolutely effortless. Well, it's been a pretty good time of things getting this game done. It's a very nice challenge, but it's... Ah, it is just that. I wasn't sure if there was anything underneath that. What's in there? Is that a 1-up? Yeah, that's just a 1-up. Okay, so, rightio. And yeah, there is a thwomp that we have to work around as well. Just one random thwomp. It doesn't cause us too much grief. But it's just sort of there as a platform, really. Which is, I mean, it's kind of strange. TikTok Clock at least has something thematic to it. But kind of a note with Rainbow Ride is that, when we get to that, Rainbow Ride is just sort of it's a massive amalgamation of geometry. Just sort of floating in midair. It does have its sort of Rainbow Ride theme with its magic carpets and the cruiser crossing the rainbow, but it also just has a lot of, as I said, that random geometry. It's a little weird in that sense. Alright. Camera behind me. There's a pole in the middle of this. Whoop. Very carefully. There's our thwomp off in the distance. And this giant pole at the top of the clock. So this area has been redesigned. Is there anything beneath it? Doesn't look like it. So yeah, that's been heavily redesigned too, because actually getting to stomp on the thwomp in the original game could be really fiddly. But there we go, that's given you a crash course of scaling TikTok Clock. It's become a much more reasonable example of vertical platforming. And admittedly, Luigi makes vertical platforming ridiculously easy. So, alright, let's go for slow movement now.
Let's go.
And now we need to scale the clock back to where that where we found that power flower. It's not too hard, really. Keep it on slow movement and you won't have too much hassle as long as you observe how everything moves. It's pretty interesting that a level based around a giant clock is the one is going to require, dare I say it, a fair bit of good timing. Because how well you time your jumps, how well you observe the movement of essentially the workings in the level, all of this is crucial to your success. And in a sense, that's pretty much what platforming is. Kind of a collection of timing puzzles. You have to get it just right on many occasions in order to succeed at whatever you're doing. Oh no, and I'm fully... Oh, that... Give me a moment. Okay, we're back. So yeah, there is still every possibility for everything to go wrong. Alright, where is it? Okay. We made it with enough time to spare. Pretty good. So yeah, that again, problem with vertical platforming, but that's exactly why they added some of the extra ground. Because you can make mistakes fairly easily and you will wind up dying. Oh yes, that's right, they changed the pit and the pendulums. A nice Edgar Allan Poe reference.
Let's go.
Alright, so it was about 1 o'clock. We still wound up getting there. That's not too bad. So, we have to run all the way back to where we found the blue coins for this one. Admittedly, this is kind of a straightforward level once you figure everything out, because it's not too bad as far as vertical platforming goes. You've still got a lot of places where you can fall off, and it's very, very relaxed when you can slow everything down and take it at your own pace. So it's actually got good teaching in a sense. Just don't do anything daft and you should be fine. It's not quite as precarious as some places. Alright, so I need to step on the switch now. Okay. Okay, that was a bit weird. I think I just got thrown right into the box and didn't go anywhere. Alright, so the switch doesn't last too long, camera. Alright, so we hit the switch. We weave. And there we go. Pretty simple. It's really that simple. Now, we do need the clock moving slowly to get a hand. So I'll see if I can get it on. I'll get it going quickly and we'll see what that's like. Get a hand. We've already got Stomp on the Thwomp.
Let's go.
Okay, so fast movement isn't too bad. On some things. But we've still got shortcuts. Keep on moving and we have to wait for that hand out there to come around which is why I put it on fast, because if we do have it on fast, then we can get onto the hand and get moving to our star much faster. Basically, we have to circle around here, might make the timing a little tricky. Or not. So, nice and easy.
Oh yeah.
So that's what it's like when it moves fast. Now we need to make it move erratically. And we're using Wario. Time jumps on moving bars.
Let's go.
So erratic movements will change things quite drastically. You don't know when things are going to move. You don't know how fast they're going to go. And things will just sort of stick and stop and speed up. It can make the area fairly challenging. It's probably a pretty good test of your skills if you want, but again, not a lot of the obstacles become serious impediments when you're Luigi. So we will need to be Wario, which will probably make life a lot tougher for me. I mean, we've just got that backflip to bypass everything. Well, that worked. Alright. So there's a fair bit to demonstrate. There's quite a lot that actually goes into showing off what this level can do and how much you can fiddle around with it. It really is pretty spectacular. Is there anything actually out there? No, unless there's really terrible draw distance. No, there is absolutely nothing out here. Why is that there? I'm sure there's something somewhere along the way. It's not going to be like a Koopa shell or anything, because we don't need that in this level. Alright, that goes there. Now we need Wario's hat right here. So this is kind of... Okay! I forgot they did that! So yeah, basically you just need to jump and time your movements on those... hang on. So I've broken the block. Let me position myself right. Where am I? Yeah, it's very hard to do this with the erratic movements because you don't know how the bars are going to move. Tellingly, the fact that it's called timed jumps on moving bars indicates that you do need to time your movements. But yeah, so the erratic movements of the clock aren't super hard to handle, except for very specific elements. Maybe they'll be a bit harder when you're dealing with the platforms that are used, like those for stop time for red coins. But overall, now, again, we can stop time for the last two, because you actually have to stop time for this one. But this is a really, really cool and creative approach to a level design. It's, at least I think it is anyway. It also gave us a really good track in Mario Kart DS. One of my favourites, actually. And I'm very keen on DS. Much as I state I tend to dislike the series, I do like DS because it's relatively cheating-free as far as the AI is concerned. And it's got so many good options. The single-player options are amazing. And it's just all around a really solid game. It's really, really strong. You've got all those mission mode things you have to do. The time trials are really good. The fact that you can do the single player versus modes, that's really good. It's just spectacular, honestly. It's really, really good. Alright, so now, little secret for the last one. TikTok Silver Stars. So, now you can explore the level and try to find them, but they're scattered all around the place and they are moving through the clock. If you just wait, they will all fall down here, and if they go into a pit, don't worry, they will respawn. As you can see, oh, that's where they, that's what that thing's for. But yeah, now we actually have to scale the clock, which is probably the only tedious part of this. So yeah, I mean, this will just wrap up in pretty much this will be pretty much an entire episode. We're getting very, very close to the very last level. Is this... Okay, I stuffed that up. Alright, so bear with me a bit as I get back up the clock. And there we go. Well, that pretty much wraps that up. We've got everything done in TikTok Clock remarkably easily. It probably is quite a bit easier in this version, because you've got that safety net at the bottom of it. It's so much easier to work with. You're not necessarily going to have a case of one mistake and you fall to your doom. And it really isn't super challenging to go through everything again. But I'm going back to get Wario. I think I'll do 1 star in Rainbow Ride, because otherwise I'll be wrapping this up a little too soon, and Rainbow Ride takes ages. I'm also doing it with Wario, who is the slowest character and the worst jumper of the lot, so it's going to be genuinely fascinating. Translated, this means painful. Very painful. But, yeah, we're coming to an end with... I've got to finally get some of my other things sorted out. I've got this out. I've almost been paralyzed into indecision and a lack of confidence sometimes when it comes to GoldenEye, but I'm going to be getting that done. Don't worry about that. I will get onto that. Now it's this side. You have to go over here in order to get in there. And make that, and in we go. Not quite. Ah.
Here we go.
Okay, so it zooms out a bit, which can be a little bit annoying. Now I do want to go this way. Alright, magic carpet ride. Crank up the Steppenwolf and away we go. I can already see this. Well.
Here we go.
worst part is, I do this to myself. I'm not confident about making it, but I did anyway. The camera is going to be a nightmare in this level. Oh, I think I might have made a grievous mistake. So, the camera's going to be chasing me for quite a bit on these rotating platforms when I try to wind up. Oh. Let's just set it manually, and yeah, Wario's lack of speed is going to be a problem. But it's going to be interesting at least. It's going to be a lot of screaming. But yeah, I've been getting some pretty good projects done. I admit that I don't know. I think it's probably, I think the issues I've had with GoldenEye are because I know I'm not very good at the game on 00 Agent. I probably do need a new Switch controller because the one I've got is just giving me so much grief. And it's like I don't want to do a bad job. Oh god, oh no, camera. Okay, that was scary. I don't want to do that again. I need the camera on the side because I could not see what I was doing. There was a lot of fear in my voice then. That was just not good at all. Oh, camera, please stop doing these things. Oh. Like I've said, the camera is your worst enemy. And it just will not stay put. So yeah, well, I will get that done. I'm not going to get absolutely everything just perfect. I have to admit that, and I have to be okay with that. It's okay if I can't quite get it done, because I shouldn't be just endlessly... oh. Where are my platforms? Those are supposed to respawn a bit faster than they did. Oh dear. Well, I think I'll wrap it up there with... That's going to be a problem. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.